That's not normal. And my mentor, Richard Russell, who for 60 years wrote the Dow Theory Letter, said if you make 7% a year, you're a rock star. Well, it's interesting that gold over the last 25 years has averaged 9.9%, and yet everyone thinks it's underperformed. It's outperformed everything. It even has outperformed the S&P 500 over that same time frame with dividends reinvested. And I would simply say to you that what we are witnessing are all of these pieces being put into place for that all-at-once moment. But the term logarithmic decay always comes to mind for me. Little by little by little by little, then bang, all at once.
Hey everyone, Andy Schectman just dropped a bombshell video on de-dollarization and Operation Sandman. Imagine over 100 nations selling off their US treasuries at once. This could shake the dollar to its core. Plus, find out why central banks are hoarding gold like never before, even as interest rates rise. Want to stay ahead of the curve? Watch the full video now.
Well, I mean, Operation Sandman, I think you could argue would be the culmination of what we are seeing right now, and that is the slow and gradual de-dollarization that we've seen for quite some time, largely due to the weaponization of the U.S. Treasury market. Operation Sandman would be a collaboration of 100+ nations in agreement to simultaneously sell off their treasury holdings and sending them back to the U.S., which would collapse the dollar, in essence. And I think this is something that when you finally implement something as substantial as Operation Sandman, if it is real, you would have to have first really kind of got yourself in position, these nations who have been, accumulating dollars and treasuries forever, largely dollars to buy oil and treasuries. If you were any of the oil producing countries, for sure, that was part of the petrodollar deal, that you sell oil in dollars and then take the excess reserves and put them into treasuries. And that's what a lot of the countries did because, the U.S. forever had this reputation of being stable, solid, the land of the free, a rule of law, very liquid. What better place to put your money? And when we saw the weaponization of the dollar against Russia and the outright confiscation of $5 billion in their assets, and worse yet, giving it to the country in the form of weapons that they are fighting a war against, is a line that is very difficult to come back from. So what you have been seeing as a result is a divergence in gold accumulation and interest rates, which normally as interest rates go higher, you would see less gold accumulation and lowering gold prices. But if you look around the world, even as rates have been going higher, the central banks are more prolific in their gold accumulation than ever before, and the price keeps going higher. It's diverging because these sovereign nations, they don't care about positive real yield, or they don't care about a strong dollar. They want the gold. And I think that is in anticipation of an ultimate, a moment when you see, I don't know if it's something as simultaneous as Operation Sandman, but heck, the head of the BRICS New Development Bank, her last name is Rosoff, Velma Rosoff, something along those lines. She just came out and publicly admitted that they have come to an agreement on the new BRICS settlement currency, which will be called the unit. It's a digital currency that will be backed 40% by gold, 60% by BRICS currencies, and trading on the Project M Bridge, which I've talked about for years now. That is the development program that was originally designed by the United Arab Emirates, China, Hong Kong, and Thailand, and now Saudi Arabia just became a full member of Project M Bridge, which it does not support the trade in US dollars. So you have the largest oil producing and exporting country on the planet become a full participant in Project M Bridge, which is not applicable to US dollars. And the head of the BRICS New Development Bank saying, yeah, we have a special meeting in September, but the meeting that they just had in Novograd, Russia, just a few weeks ago, at the end of the meeting, where 59 countries have said we're going to join, she said, we've agreed on this in principle on this new settlement unit, which will allow countries to remain autonomous, have their own monetary policy, but then settle in this new settlement unit, trading over the Project M bridge. And these are the kinds of things that very quickly can turn into a little drip, drip, drip to a bang, the Project Sandman. And those countries who have taken the time to slowly de-dollarize, slowly de-treasurize, slowly strike relationships, from military relationships all the way up to trade relationships and everything in between, have been doing so in a very slow, methodical fashion. And that's one of the things I admire about the way the BRICS do their business. They don't, the people in this country, Chris, seems to be infatuated with instant gratification, and that's not fast enough for most of them. Like where you have to, you watch Bitcoin, or you watch Nvidia, or you watch Apple. These stocks have made people very wealthy very quickly. And I understand the desire to emulate that, but that's not normal. And my mentor, Richard Russell, who for 60 years wrote the Dow Theory Letter, said if you make 7% a year, you're a rock star. Well, it's interesting that gold over the last 25 years has averaged 9.9%, and yet everyone thinks it's underperformed. It's outperformed everything. It even has outperformed the S&P 500 over that same time frame with dividends reinvested. Now, you take Bitcoin out of the equation, it's outperformed every asset class on the planet over that time frame. And I would simply say to you that what we are witnessing are all of these pieces being put into place for that all-at-once moment. But the term logarithmic decay always comes to mind for me, little by little by little by little, then bang, all at once. And that all-at-once moment would be Project Sandman. When it happens, don't know. Will it happen? Don't know. But you can argue that the table is being set, at least for that discussion, when you talk about everything from a growing chorus of countries in the BRICS and in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, the Eurasian Economic Union, on top of new settlement currencies that have been acknowledged by the head of the BRICS New Development Bank, which is not an entity to take lightly. So, yeah, I think that this is very serious, and one of these deals that will catch most people by surprise, not the people that have been following you and me, and not you and your family, but most people who consider themselves to be wrong read, I would argue, in the United States are just reading the wrong stuff, because our media doesn't do a poor job of telling us what's going on. They do no job of it. And as a result, people are not able to get out of the way of what they never see coming.
Thanks for watching. If you found Andy Schectman's insights on de-dollarization and Operation Sandman eye-opening, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest updates on global finance and economics. Drop your thoughts and questions in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And remember, stay informed, stay prepared. Until next time, take care and keep exploring.